Welcome, Vault Dwellers. My name is Nacho Bidness, and we're taking a look at some in-game footage of Cottonwood Cove from New Vegas. We can see an upper parking lot here that in the real world would be full of boat trailers and RVs. It's also a little bit bigger. Basically, everything in-game is scaled down a little bit from the real world. For example, this area here is another lower parking lot in the real world that is quite a bit bigger and full of day use people that are vehicles and cars and such. Meanwhile, those heights to the right there are farther away in the real world, and there are more and farther away trailer homes and other buildings that are in between the cove and here. The marina that we just saw is also quite a bit bigger, and the beach that we're coming up on is a little bit shallower and bigger in the real world. It's actually a fairly nice beach. Now, as we switch over to some real world photographs, there is a ranger station that is further out. It's further out than where I started my in-game footage. The good news is that you don't have to pass any crucified corpses in the real world to get to Cottonwood Cove. The bad news is that it is a fee area, and if you'd like to go, you have to pay a small fee, even just for day use. Now, this picture is of one of the lower parking lots, and this day in particular that I went was fairly unused day. There were not very many people. You can kind of just barely make out some of the trailer homes and stuff that I mentioned in the distance, as well as those heights that in game, on the top of those there is a truck full of radioactive materials that you can dump on the Legion. Panning just a little bit to the left, we get a little bit better picture of this lower parking lot and some of the heights in the back there. As for the main building of the Marina headquarters, it is not very much like the Legion headquarters that we find in game. It is a single story, and I could not find even a tiny sign of slave pens outside of the place, which, good enough for the real world. As for the marina itself, I only had to trespass a little bit to get out here. Did have to pass through some gates and some signs, but nothing was actually locked, and there were a number of people going in and out, so I didn't really cause any alarm, or no one really noticed me. But you can see, as I said, compared to the in-game footage, this marina is quite a bit bigger. Now, I will say that these photos were from 2015, and the water level has gone down significantly since then, so I'm not exactly sure what kind of shape the marina is in as we speak in 2022. That said, it was nice enough at the time, and I hope that it will be again when we start to manage our water a little bit better, and hopefully the lake levels come up some. As for the beach, it is not the nicest beach I've ever been to. It's a little bit rocky, but it's nice enough. It's a good place to go swimming, and at least in the real world, the water is not radioactive. It does depend a lot when you go as far as how busy it's going to be. This picture was taken in 2015, just on a regular weekday. Meanwhile, my next picture here was Labor Day weekend during 2020 when I was back in the area, and you can see that there are just a lot more people around. Nevertheless, I think that this was okay beach, and I would say that if you've got time to take out and have a swim, worth it. So what do you think of Cottonwood Cove? Was it worthwhile and interesting to see how Bethesda shrunk down the overall geography to make it work in a video game? Or were you disappointed that it was not more exactly represented in the game? Let me know in the comments below. If you like the video, be sure to hit the like button, and if you want to see more, I have a lot more Fallout in real life location videos planned, so be sure and subscribe. And if you didn't like, please tell me why in a comment so I can try and do better for you next time. Until then, my name is Nacho Bidness, and I'm saying it's a great big wasteland out there. Let's go have fun in it.